when you're moving from place to place, place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:27 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. I'm Julien Skeete, and we're heading into this segment this morning as we speak in Tobago Day 2023. That big day, the 4th of December, as we celebrate annually. And on set with us, we have Avian Parks, Communications Director out of the Office of the Chief Secretary. Good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, Julien, and of course, good morning to all your viewers listening all over the world. A pleasure being on Tobago Updates as usual.
And it's the kind of day that you're excited to talk about because, you
Correct.
know, far and wide, we've seen the growth and development of Tobago Day over the years. Tell us a little bit about that transition. I know we started from the days of Assembly Day and moving into where we are at now with a Tobago Day celebration. Where are we at this year? What are we celebrating? What year?
Great. So, Julien, actually this year is the 43rd anniversary of the Tobago House of Assembly in its new formation since Act 37 of 1980. So we are 43 years strong, as we have in this year's logo. And the theme this year is Greatest Little Island on the Planet, THA 43 years strong. So it is an exciting time for Tobago. I'm happy you started off by mentioning the actual day of Tobago Day, because a lot of persons still ask, still don't know, but it is December 4th every year. It used to be Assembly Day, as you said. Over the years, it changed to Tobago Day to incorporate all of Tobago, all that we have achieved and accomplished, our identity, our culture, our food, more all-encompassing, as opposed to just the government aspect of it.
Excellent. So my understanding is that the celebrations start well before and head up to the 4th.
Yes,
So let's dive right on in.
More or less. So interestingly enough, we launched today. So we launched Tobago Day today at the Shore Park Complex. Whilst it's an invite-only event, it will be streamed live on Facebook on the Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page. So I encourage persons to tune into the live from 10 a.m. or just before. We'll be streaming live from the Shore Park Complex. So we start off today with the media launch. And then on November 30th, we have the youth debate, which will be held in the Assembly Legislature. And of course, that's where our young people take over the House.
Oh, yes.
Literally, they take charge and they debate a motion. And the motion, I'll just read it. Be it resolved that Tobago Day be made a national holiday to reflect the importance of the island's internal autonomy. So that will also be streamed on Facebook, as all the debates in the House usually are. So we really encourage and look forward to hear what the young people have to say.
And this is indeed very commendable. And I have to say kudos going out. You know, sometimes we see with changes in, persons at the helm, things go in, things come out, things are modified. But this certainly is one of the things that have been built on.
Correct.
Staples as part of Tobago Day. Really an excellent representation of our young persons. And we know all things youth and community. I am there in full support. And it's good to see that this having started with then presiding officer Kelvin Charles, on to Dr. Angus and the likes, right up now to presiding officer Abby Taylor, that we continue to see the growth and development. So kudos in terms of ensuring that this keeps going.
Certainly, because it's important to keep the youth involved, have them in the know, and it's training ground for them as well. Whilst I'm on the Assembly Legislature, I'll just add that they also have an essay competition for Tobago Day. The topic, why is Tobago Day important? You can get the guidelines on their page or the Tobago Day page. So it's ages 10 to 12, one essay per child, maximum 500 words. It must include historical information on the creation of Tobago Day. The deadline is Friday 24th, which is next week. So you still have a week from today, and the winners will be announced on Tuesday, 28th of November.
Excellent, excellent. So we get started with the Tobago Day debate. And I think an excellent way to start, our young people in focus, our students representing. And even if you can't be at the chamber, ensure that you are tuned in to view and to lend your support. And where do we go from the 30th of November?
So after the 30th, we have the 1st of December, and we have two activities on that day. So we have the triathlon from 5:30 a.m. and that starts at the Buku Beach. So actually, it starts at the Buku Community Center, because what we have is a walking race, because we try to add a little excitement and competition in it. So we have a walking race, which will be done by either secretary or assistant secretary or administrator of a division. They will then hand over to a swimmer at Buku Beach, and the swimmer swims out 100 meters, returns. A runner will take over, run down to Montgomery Junction. A cyclist takes over and goes up to Lambeau Junction, and then a runner takes over from Lambeau Junction up to Shore Park. So that's the triathlon on December 1st from 5:30 a.m. And at 10 a.m. on the same December 1st, we have the cookout, interdivisional cookout competition at the Shore Park Food Hub from 10. So teams can comprise or should comprise 5 persons, and 1 person can be a non-THA employee. However, they must not be an established business chef or caterer in the industry.
That's an interesting
okay?
component.
So I must add that, but you can be a non-THA employee. And they have 4 meats to choose from. They have to choose 2 out of the 4. So it's chicken, pork, iguana, or crab. So you choose 2. It must be a traditional harvest dish. So what you will get when you go to one of the village harvests, and you also have to do a local beverage.
Excellent indeed, and I'm happy to hear with the startup, and I like the triathlon connecting with the cookout.
Yes.
So by the time you've started from 5 a.m. there, down at Buku, going up to that 7 o'clock hour, you get a little break in between, and then you're heading straight to Shore Park, a food hub for the
I don't know
cookout.
that the food will be ready, but you can head to Shore Park for the cookout.
All right.
And the judges are from THTI, Chef Arthur Patrick, and Harvest Gods.
Excellent, excellent. So the judges are in line with persons who
Yes.
are well prepared and trained, etc., to be able to give that
right.
kind of guidance. And remember, folks, yes, it's competitive, but we want to enjoy the experience
That's
as we
right.
celebrate Tobago Day. I'm also happy to hear the triathlon getting started by the divisions representatives
Yes, the
from the
heads.
secretary, from the heads.
Of course, they
Ra-
have to be involved as well.
And I hope we do have secretaries trying to defer to assistants and administrators. That's only if
But
you're probably
taking
out
up
of the
that
country.
challenge.
But let them take up that challenge so as to ensure we see that support. I think it's an excellent lead by example, something that started before, and definitely happy to
Yes.
see the continuation,
The continuation of it.
in that regard. All right, so we're heading straight across now from the first. What do we have coming up after
So
that?
on the 2nd, which is the Saturday, we have the Sports and Family Day, and that one is open to everybody. So, it's not just THA employees. Of course, the family and friends of THA employees, you are welcome to come and participate. That will be at the Buku Integrated Facility from 6 p.m. We'll have a kids' corner, novelty races, and just different types of activities happening. And that really promises to be a beautiful evening of fun. The last one we had, I can't remember, it would have been before COVID, I believe.
Yes, correct. That would have been a
It was
while.
we had a really good time. And so we expect it to be even better than the last time. So we encourage persons to come out.
And I see that this is a night activity, so it's in
It's
the
a
cool
night
part of the
activity
day.
to cool because we have been getting some sweltering numbers, although the last couple of days it's been rainy. But yes, it's cool, and then it caters for the Saturday worshippers and the Sunday worshippers as well when you do it Saturday evening.
Excellent, and I like the fact that you're gently reminded this is for the entire family. So
Yes.
you must, I think by the time you go across Tobago, you must have a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, auntie, a uncle, somebody that connects you to the THA. So we expect Tobago to be a
expect
part
you to be
of these
there.
celebrations. And tell us about December 4th itself as we get
So
to the big
just
day.
before we go to December 4th, on the 3rd of December, we're actually having a military tattoo. And we haven't had one in Tobago for a number of years. So that's going to be at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex in Roxborough from 4 p.m. We are still fine-tuning it. As I said, we haven't had one in a long time, but we do have some confirmed bands. And it's really a display, a fun display from bands from the military. So we do have the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service, we have cadets, we have Boys Brigade, we have Pathfinders, and we're just filming up on a couple others. So that will be on December 3rd.
Excellent.
Then we culminate on December 4th. So in the morning, 10 a.m. at the Scarborough Library, we have the Thanksgiving service, and everybody is welcome to that. It is important to give thanks. We have accomplished a lot as a people, as an island. And, God has just been so good to Tobago. So that is a very important aspect of our celebration. So that's 10 a.m. Everybody's welcome. And then in the evening, we have the Tobago Day Awards. Invitation only, but again, it will be streamed on the Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page. So do look out for the stream, and that starts at 6:30.
All right, great. And in case persons want more details, just remind us again the time for the media launch that takes place
So
today,
the media launch
and
this
where
morning
they can
is
connect
10.
for additional information.
It's 10 a.m. You can go to the Tobago Day page, or you can go to the Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page.
All right, excellent indeed. Any additional information you'd want to share about Tobago Day before we close this morning?
I would just like to encourage Tobagonians to be proud of Tobago, to be proud of your island, to be proud that you are Tobagonian. I think it is so important for us to really push and foster a sense of patriotism, love for island, love for country. Sometimes I really feel it's so much easier to criticize, and I'm not saying that constructive criticism isn't important, but I also believe that there are a lot of things to be celebrated, and we should celebrate as well.
Excellent. And I think that's an excellent message and a tone on which for us to wrap as we speak Tobago Day. It's a gentle reminder. Greatest little island on the planet, 43 years strong. I mean, we all preach it far and wide, putting Tobago first. We have an excellent opportunity here, whether you're in the private sector, you're in the public sector, you're involved in your church, your community group, sporting group, you're into public speaking and debating, whatever your interest may be. There is something for you happening for Tobago Day, and certainly we want to wish the very best, and we look forward to the celebrations. I know I will be enjoying it to the fullest, and I trust that you will too. And for those of you who are on the outside of Tobago, you're out there on the diaspora, really representing and exciting, feel free to log in. That's why we got the live for you as well, to have the opportunity to connect. So once again, we say thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Julien.
Communications Director out of the Office of the Chief Secretary, Avian Parks, joining us here on the set this morning as that gentle reminder, December 4th, Tobago Day. We look forward to the celebrations. Viewers, at this point, we take this opportunity to thank you so much for continuing to tune in to the Tobago Updates morning show. But we're heading straight on out to a break, and probably it's a fitting time for me to ask the Communications Director to join in with me as we remind you that this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.